If you pay attention to the top player community in Geometry Dash, you probably know about the player Nickname. He is arguably one of the best players we currently have in the modern era of top player right now. He is one of the best Russian players in the game and nearly in the top 10 best players of all time on the stats viewer. He's just below it at number 11. If you know him from anything, it's probably because he verified the top 30 at the time, the Salt Factory, and he also is the Fluke Master. He fluked Avernus from 72, he fluked Andromeda from 41, he fluked Minus Drive from 71, and he's done a bunch of other stuff. He's really cool, but as you can see, for the past couple months now, he's been verifying a level called Green Bullet. Now, I've barely seen anyone talk about this level, which is really surprising because currently it is aimed to be top 5 on the demon list. That's harder than Orbit, potentially. And according to Nickname, this run he's done, which is 18 to 100, is harder than Avernus. And that is not even accounting for over 15% of the level. That is actually crazy. And the level looks pretty cool. I don't think it's the best thing, I don't think it's amazing, but for a top level, it's actually kind of refreshing. It does feel very tame, nothing feels bad, but it also just feels very slick. Every movement is very fluid. It's in a way like 7 Club Step, but with less sync. As you can see, he currently has 77,000 attempts and over 100 hours of playtime, and he's been doing this very consistently, and again, I've seen nobody talk about this. Another thing I do want to point out about this verification that I find very funny is he's slowly been making this harder and harder as it goes. The first, from what I can tell, the first preview we've kind of seen of progress, he labeled it as a top 15 verification. And then a bit later, he labeled it 5 months ago as a top 10. And then a bit later, 2 months ago up until now, it's apparently a top 5. That is actually crazy. Whether or not he actually verifies it is still up for debate. We don't know because obviously he hasn't beat it yet, but considering he has the level in 2 runs at, 18 to 100, I don't see him dropping this anytime soon, especially with the progress he has. Looking at the list currently, obviously, I'm nowhere near this difficulty levels. I cannot tell you where this will actually place, but I can look at how Nickname's played in the past and compare that to this level and maybe give an estimate. I don't think it will be as hard as Orbit. Obviously, Zoink buffed the hell out of Orbit, and we don't really know how difficult that level is currently. It's still very up for debate, and I feel like with time it will end up moving above Tidal Wave, potentially. Again, we don't know. But looking at the levels below Orbit, obviously this is definitely harder than something like Andromeda, and every end Nickname has shown to beat levels at that range with way less effort than something like this level. So I'm gonna assume that it's in this 6 to 8 range. Now, considering that before Orbit was verified, and even after Orbit was verified and placed, he still labels it as a top 5, we could see it place beside Nullscapes and maybe be around the 6th or 7th spot. I would say 6th. I would say this is going to place 6th on the demon list, but again, only time will tell. We have no clue, and also, levels like Crony's processing here, people have barely gotten any progress on that, so really no one knows. But I'm being an absolute yapadoodle right now. Go support Nickname, please. 2,700 views for something as impressive as this is absolutely nothing. Please go support him. I'm finishing this off. That's all I gotta say. Peace.